Hey, so what's going on everyone, and welcome back to another video. And in this video what I want to go over is a video going on to The Flash and going over the 100th episode again and just going on to the mid-season finale, Zoom, what exactly happened with Zoom, what exactly is going to be happening, a plot hole, and just going over my genuine thoughts and opinions and everything, and just going over everything like that. So before we get into it, if you want to and you're new around here, you can subscribe for more videos on The Flash, Marvel, DC, just more videos in general on those. And just hope you go on to enjoy the video, and let's get into it. So obviously if you've seen the 100th episode, you can see that Zoom, Savitar, and Reverse Flash are obviously back for it. Savitar and Zoom maybe had like 2 new scenes at most, they just weren't really there. Zoom was so disappointing with how much scenes and how much dialogue he got. Obviously with him kind of being obsessed with speed, it was a great idea and everything. It was a good good idea, because obviously at that time he was still obsessed with being the fastest person and fastest speedster. And obviously it was just great to be able to see him back and everything, but it was only maybe 2 lines of dialogue. And obviously, it's just seeing the suit and everything. Savitar's suit was pretty good, but then going on to the whole thing that happened, the plot hole and everything. For the plot hole, I kind of believe that it just didn't really work out. It leaves a massive plot hole and everything. Obviously with the whole time wraith, just basically tackling Zoom and just him falling into a different time, I'm pretty sure it should leave this massive plot hole. It should leave this massive change in history, but it doesn't. And honestly, with that being there, I just feel a bit weird about it. And a lot of people have went on and they have said the best way to put it is to describe Zoom as being a time remnant, because then it wouldn't really matter. Now, if that was going to be true, it would work out best, but I don't believe it is true. I wish it was, but I just don't believe it would be. And for the casual viewer watching it and everything, I believe you should just focus on it being a time remnant, because it's not going to really affect history. It's not really going to change anything, which in that sense, I do believe the writers probably went and wanted him to be a time remnant, which I can definitely see why. Obviously, if they didn't want it to be a time remnant, they couldn't really go and do the whole time wraith tackling Zoom into a different time. But if it was a time remnant, it would make sense to basically tackle him, and if he went to a different time, it wouldn't really matter, because he's already still going to be in the present time, and he's already still going to be able to just basically do what he has to do. But again, going back onto Zoom and how the 100th episode went on, it wasn't a great episode. As I said in my last video, it wasn't great. It wasn't amazing either. You can definitely debate it is great, but to be honest, amazing is probably top tier, top 5 episodes of The Flash. And to be honest, it was a good episode. My favorite part of it was probably seeing Reverse Flash. Even though Zoom was back and everything, I just preferred Reverse Flash so much more, just because of the whole Nora story going on to him and going on to the future, what's going to be happening, the ending and everything like that, which is so much better than Zoom, with Zoom only having 2 new scenes, 2 new words of dialogue basically. I'm pretty sure the only new scene or new actual footage we basically got of him was him turning his head and basically saying another speedster. Other than that, we didn't actually get anything. But then going back onto Barry running away from him, Barry was really slow running away from him when he should be faster than Savitar. And with him not being able to run fast enough, I just believe it just works out for the plot if you were curious about that. If you were curious about how slow Barry was going, it was just because of how the plot basically had to work. And for the whole time remnant as well, it just basically had to be the plot. It just had to be the whole plot of the episode, which I do feel the episode was basically squeezed into. Zoom was squeezed into it, Savitar was basically squeezed into it. Cicada, I don't believe should have been in the episode. I believe that Cicada should have been excluded and we got more footage of Zoom, more Savitar, more Reverse Flash. I just believe we would have personally enjoyed it a lot more, and I just believe, myself, I would have preferred it a lot more. I just would have thought it would have been great. And just have Cicada come back for episode 10 or something and do the whole fight with him there, which I do believe would have been a lot better, but it just didn't pan out like that. But that's been pretty much it for the whole video, so I hope you went on to enjoy it at least somewhat. And obviously you can subscribe for more Marvel videos, you can subscribe for more Flash videos, more DC Arrowverse videos, and maybe Titans video tomorrow, I'm not too sure. But either way, I'm going to have more videos posted within the next few days, so hope you have a great day and everything, and goodbye.